Welcome to TBone Capone's Prime Cuts. I'm T-Bone. This is the HQ. Welcome to the first episode of the year. I appreciate you guys. Today's episode has been sponsored by Bull City Street Foods. Best damn street food, period, out of Durham, North Carolina. Harry Mons, you do amazing stuff. The grub is quality. If you're ever near that area, check it out. He's on Twitter, he's on Facebook, and he hooks it up. Also, the Top Bananas out of the Tops Kick app. Boys, totally appreciate you. I don't know if you guys as subscribers have been paying attention, but Carl Bull out of the Top Banana weekly gives away silver game changers. It's madness. Thank you guys. Let's get into the show. So in the past, I've been sent kits. I wear kits. I'll wear t-shirts. I'll wear hats. Whatever you guys send me of your favorite team, and I'll do a little historical content on it. Well, Keith, who sent me this, the All Blacks New Zealand rugby team national team hat, he sent me this hat. He said, man, you don't have to wear it if it doesn't look right. And Keith, I have a face made for radio. This makes me look even worse. My noggin just doesn't work right with it. Plus, you know what? I don't want to take the tags off. The tags are here. And I'm just going to keep that on the shelf. I actually have a spot next to a mini helmet right behind me. So I hope to have that on the show once in a while, depending on the angles. But I want to thank you for that. But one of the other promises I made was giving you a little bit of a historical background on whatever you guys send me. So the All Blacks, it's important to know, were developed in the late 1800s. It's New Zealand's national rugby team. They had the very first World Cup. It's amazing because almost 100 years prior they created their team, but in 87 was the first World Cup. And the thing about 87 is that they co-hosted the Rugby World Cup with Australia. New Zealand and Australia are very close to each other, in a lot of ways. I've got a couple friends like Keith who are originally from New Zealand and who live in Australia. But anyway, they won 3 Rugby World Cups. Now, the Rugby World Cup wasn't initiated until 87, until it was co-hosted with Australia, and they won that one. And then most recently, in 2011 and 2015, they won back-to-back World Cups. What is really special about this team is this. If you've ever felt that spirit of sports, if you've ever felt the time where you've seen an Olympic athlete pull a hamstring and then the father rushes down from the stands to help carry his son over the finish line. Those are emotional, intense sports moments. To me, those are the moments, that's what sports is about. And if you ever get a chance to watch rugby, watch the All Blacks because they do a pre-game ceremony that is, and what they do is it's called a haka. I think I said that right. But it's an intense Samoan-style dance that is so powerful and so passionate. It makes you want to root for this team. It's incredible. It's what sports is about. And it's an amazing team. It's a dominant team in their field. And Keith, thank you for allowing me to do research and to read about it. I saw quite a few videos. You sent me some. They've had some tragedies here recently too, with deaths of former members. But they've got quite a few members in the Hall of Fame, the Rugby Hall of Fame, because they set the standard for rugby. Absolutely. So thank you for that, Keith, and I hope you guys appreciated that little historical lesson. Swing and miss of the week. All right, I don't have a swing and miss of the week for me just yet. We're starting out fresh, starting out the new year or whatever, but I do have one for Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball, you're a bunch of cocksuckers. The All-Star game was in Cincinnati this past year, and you did not hesitate to have Pete Rose a part of it to help with sales, to help with people coming into Cincinnati to view a true legend of the game. Yet you deny him entry into the Hall of Fame. He bet on baseball, that is correct. He never bet against himself and he never fixed games, did he? No, he didn't. This isn't the Black Sox scandals, you idiots. It's simple. You allow cheaters that have taken steroids into the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle, has the all-time record for base hits. Let him in the Hall of Fame. You guys are awful. Awful, awful, awful. And it's a damn shame. Get your head out of your asses. That's my swing and miss of the week. Alright, this week's sports talk is going to be pretty simple. Looks like it's going to be some FA Cup action this weekend in soccer. So I'm just going to give you the NFL playoff picks for this weekend. Now stay tuned because in the future I'm going to have a definite preseason Major League Baseball episode. So we'll go over my baseball picks and favorites and all that. But for this week, it's all about the NFL. As you notice, I got my Bengals jersey on, full-fledged Bengals fan. I'm not going with any kind of reverse psychology or anything like that. I am just hoping for an absolute win, a victory in the playoffs. That would be nice. So, what am I going to go with? I'm going to go with the Bengals over the Steelers. I'm not going to jinx my team. I'm going to believe in my team. I hope it happens. I pray it happens. The franchise needs it to happen. So, Bengals over the Steelers. I'm going to tell you to take the Chiefs over the Texans. Look, I know it's in Houston. It's a big deal. Houston's defense has been coming along pretty well, but I still don't believe in that offense. I've realized they got a badass wide receiver, but where's the running game going to come from? I don't see it happening. I'm going to tell you to take the Chiefs over the Texans. I'm going to tell you to take the Seahawks over the Vikings, even though it's in Minnesota. The Seahawks have way too much playoff experience to not take them against a young quarterback and a young team in the Minnesota Vikings. I'm telling you right now, Seattle could be a dark horse in the NFC. And then also go ahead and take the Packers over the Redskins. Why? Because I have a lot of pride. I told you in the preseason the Packers were going to win it all. So I can't have you take the damn Redskins, can I? Nope. So, recap. Bengals, Chiefs, Seahawks, Packers. All right, hopefully I go 4-0 for you, and that's this week's Sports Talk. What the fuck? I'm almost hoping this is a joke, because my WTF of the week, my what the fuck of the week, involves a death. And normally I don't make fun of deaths or, anything like that, because I really feel like life is precious. But sometimes you just have to mention it, because if I can save one life, it's all worth it. So this guy, Justin Green, grew up in Atlanta, right? Atlanta, Georgia, 38-year-old. This happened at the end of last year. And I guess what happened was this. I guess he won the lottery. And he grew up poor, which, I did as well. I realize I'm 45, a few years older than him, but not that much older than him. But if I win the lottery, I don't think I'm going buck wild. I don't need gold grills. All right, guy went and got a bunch of gold grills, went Mr. T'd out and everything. I don't think I'd do that. I might have a couple nice rides and some nice property, but that's just me. All right, to each their own. I don't judge him for going out and blowing a lot of money. When you grow up poor, you'd understand it. But the man thought to himself it would be a good idea to gold plate his testicles. So let me visualize this for you, okay? Your balls are now surrounded by gold. I do not understand what good could possibly come of this, and obviously it didn't. Apparently, the official cause of death was mercury and lead poisoning, which are common elements in gold. So what happened is it transferred from the gold to his testes and basically poisoned him. He had a miserable death. And, he was in the hospital or whatever, so for quite a while and then died. But bottom line is this, if I could save you from anything, for those of you who win the lottery that have watched my videos, don't gold plate your nuts. Don't gold plate your nuts. Ever. I don't think there would be any woman that would appreciate that. Maybe some sadistic ones, but, hey, rest in peace, man. Justin Green, rest in peace. But you made my what the fuck of the week. What time is it? Geek Time. All right, I still don't have the equipment to do some of the video game things I'm going to do with the Geek Time segment, and no Loot Crate because we opened one a couple weeks ago. But what I am going to give you is the top 5 series, in my opinion, that you should hit up if you're, it's still wintertime, if you're snowed in with the wife, with the girlfriend, with the boyfriend, however you roll. Go ahead and check out these 5 series. They're sure to be entertaining. What I'm going to tell you, first of all, is the show Firefly, Serendipity Crew. It's kind of like a little sci-fi one. It's got a cult following, and I really think you'll like it. It has a really good cast. It has a really good story. It's kind of quirky and funny, but at the same time, it'll keep your attention. It's a really good show. And then at number 4, I want you to go ahead and go with The Killing. If you've never seen The Killing, I think FX produced it or whatever. It's one of those dark. I like those dark kind of law shows. It's kind of like that, but it has just a darker edge to it. It's filmed based out of Seattle, so there's a lot of rain, a lot of gloom, and a lot of doom. It's a pretty messed up series, but it will definitely entertain you. And then at number 3, I want you to go ahead and go with Breaking Bad. I mean, a lot of people have already seen it, but some people may not have because they heard it's about, a meth deal or whatever. It's much bigger than that. It's about the story of humanity, truly. This guy was a teacher, and then he goes on to do meth almost accidentally at one point, and then just becomes this big money-making motherfucker badass. So definitely check that out if you haven't. Then if you need another series, go ahead and go with Dexter. If you've never seen Dexter, it stands the test of time for sure, because the very first season, I'm not sure when it was filmed, but they still had flip phones. It didn't have any smartphone technology in it. Still a great series. A really, really good series. Anytime you can end up, it's kind of like Breaking Bad in a way, where you end up kind of rooting for a meth dealer. You end up rooting for a serial killer. I mean, the hero is a serial killer, no joke. And you root for him. That's good writing. That's good entertainment. And then the last one for my 5 shows or whatever would be Sons of Anarchy. If you've never seen Sons of Anarchy, the best part about it is this. It makes you feel like you're part of a motorcycle club. And at the same time puts the fear of God in you that you don't want to be part of any kind of MC. It's scary. It's brutal. And it's very entertaining. And got a great cast. So you got to check those out. So those are my 5 shows you got to check out. Which one? You got to check out Firefly. You got to check out Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad, Dexter, and The Killing. Those are 5 series that if you're snowed in, you definitely want to check out. And that's my Geek Time of this week. All right, I'm just slipping this in the video as a subscriber-only giveaway opportunity. All right, this is what I want you to do. Thumbs up as usual, right? Straight up. Not your butt, but just straight up. Thumbs up. I want you to make a comment. Make any comment you want, but in that comment needs to have the word relic. Don't just put relic, it'll make you ineligible. But one of you will be picked randomly to win a free relic. You don't have to follow me on Twitter. You don't have to do anything. This is for subscribers only, a chance for the guys that actually watch the video. That's why I stuck it in the middle. I know my videos, especially this episode, is rather long. But if you watched it, you're going to get rewarded for it.
Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you a little something something?
All right, guys, I'm here with a very special Top Banana to do 5 questions with T-Bone. John Robinson. Some people call him John. Some people call him John Robinson. I like calling him JR. Good kid. John, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. How are you, T-Bone?
I'm awesome, man. I'm awesome. So before we go into the questions, I do want to just kind of put your resume out there a little bit. Now, John Robinson is younger. He's also a Top Banana, but he's very mature, beyond his years for sure. Maybe more mature than actually being a banana warrants. But with that, he's an extreme chaser. He's constantly out there getting the gold game changers, and he's just an epic badass in my opinion. So, John, thank you for doing the questions with me today, man.
Thank you, T-Bone.
All right. So the first question for you is, having given that resume, what is your favorite game changer you've earned up to this point?
Favorite that I've earned? It's probably got to be the Aguero Gold GC from this season.
Oh, that's a nice... that one is sick. This is what I like. I like the fact that you said Aguero, because that gives me hope that KDB can be mine someday. I love that card. I've been jonesing for that card. It's like an itch. I just can't... You know what I'm saying? It gives me hives. I can't even talk about it anymore. But yeah, that Aguero is super, super nice. All right. Yeah, and I know you're kind of like a sports connoisseur. I think we talked. You said you were going to the Orange Bowl or something like that. Was that right?
Yes, I did.
Right. So if you could go to any sporting event, what would it be?
It would have to be the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl 50, man. That's a perfect answer. I was hoping you'd say that. Super Bowl 50. I mean, there would be nothing more epic than that, I would think. Well, Super Bowl 100, but I won't be around. If you could kick a Top Banana out of the Facebook group, you could kick either Chubik. No, excuse me. You have to kick either Chubik or Seth out. Who is it? You're welcome.
See, the thing is, if I say Seth, he could go in there and kick me out.
Right. But I could take his admin powers away. So be honest answer. I need to know. You're on the spot. 5 questions with T-Bone. You have to honest answer. You have to answer honestly or something like that. Who is it?
All right. Sorry, Seth, but it would have to be you.
Oh, man, I'd kick that little fucker out, too. All right. If you were president for a day, what would be your first executive order?
Executive order.
That's what happens when you're the president, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Damn. It's a tough one. Probably, I don't know, like lower taxes or something. I don't know.
You'd lower taxes. You'd set our economy right into a tailspin. Okay, that's fair. All right, the very last question. All right, and I realize that previous question was a little unfair because you are a little younger. It takes a little bit of time and experience to figure something. I wouldn't even know what I would do if I was president for a day. But would you rather wake up naked and sore and without any memory of the night before, next to the Burger King guy telling you had it your way, or next to Ronald McDonald telling you were loving it?
Burger King guy easily.
Oh, you're going to go with the Burger King guy over Ronald McDonald?
Yep.
Man, that's your choice. I appreciate it. You know what I like to do, JR? Just give you a few seconds. Would you like to say anything at all?
I'd like to give a shout out to the Top Bananas and everyone in the Skype call for chasing. We got Chew, Seth, Fox, Karchi, F-Wop Ballin, Pino, June Z, Pity, Riva, Copperberg, Declan, Gucci, Alice, Carl Taylor, Carl Bull, Pikey, Messiest, CFC Wasted, and I feel like I'm forgetting someone, but
You probably are, but it sounds like an orgy of idiots, to be honest with you.
yeah.
I've been in that call for entertainment purposes only, and that's only after I put on a rubber suit. All right. Hey, man, I really appreciate you today. I appreciate all that you do and all you contribute. I know you've had my back. You've actually sponsored me with giveaways. You've hooked me up with cards after you've done the VIP thing and raped all those VIP packs when I haven't been able to, and I'll never forget that, man. I definitely wanted to make sure that you were my first interview of the year. I know that we were supposed to do it right before Christmas, but I thought it was better, in my mind anyway, to have you kind of start out the year just because of the kind of character you are, and I definitely appreciate you. Don't change who you are, man, no matter how much Chubik tries to touch you.
Thank you. It means a lot.
All right, brother. Well, hey, with JR, John Robinson of the Top Bananas, I'm T-Bone, and we're out. My first Prime Cuts of the year. Now, from here to the end of the year, it's only going to get bigger and better. I promise you that. I'm close to buying some equipment. Once I get the equipment and I'm able to get the HQ a little bit more situated to where I have the Xbox One, I'll be streaming video games. Not streaming necessarily, but definitely putting them out on video for you guys. And I will be streaming some on Twitch when I get a chance, when I get that all set up too. So there's bigger and better things coming down the horizon. Of course, I've got the press pass with the Rapids, so I'm going to hook that up and definitely keep you informed and abreast of that team and what's going on there. But this year will be a big year for the channel. So you guys that are in from the ground floor up, I'll never forget you. Absolutely never forget you. And I'll go back and I'll look at the comments. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I try to comment on almost every single comment that's out there, unless it's negative. Sometimes I ignore that shit or I just delete it. I respect and appreciate each and every subscriber. And I'm glad you guys subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Let's do big things together because it's not my channel, it's our channel. And to a great 2016, T-Bone out.
Thank you for watching. You are amazing.